Hey, everybody. Hour number 2. Lauren, John here with you. And I know you want to talk about those temporary vacation breasts. But in order to get temporary vacation breasts and try them out on your boyfriend, which we'll talk about later.
Or girlfriend.
I'm not into that. Kinda. If
it's
on the Good Wife. But not for me. In the meantime, though, you have to be able to buy them. You have to go to work. In order to get to work, many of you take public transportation. Check that out, okay? And how do you get on public transportation, as I did today, because my car was kind of needed some help, and I dropped it off at the car guy's place, the mechanic on the train, near the train. I had to take public transportation. How am I supposed to take it and not get germs from everyone?
You need the list of 9 helpful germ-fighting products.
This is the thing. There's nothing more sickening than going on public transportation, seeing some guy coughing, spitting, and maybe flossing and flicking his little floss bits across the train, or cutting his toenails and then clicking them, and they're pinging all over the train. That's why I don't do it. But with these 9 helpful tips and germ-fighting clothing, you might get through the day.
The first one, John, is the Germinator Transit Jacket. Why didn't we think of this? We would be making a lot of money right now.
This is our name right on John and Lauren Germinator Jacket.
It was created by innovation consultancy Gravity Tank, which actually has offices in Chicago and San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And it looks like a regular jacket with a little zipper pocket, and it comes up to the neck. It's made of microbial. I can't even fabric.
Microbial. Yes.
Microbial.
And if you put it on, you might have an Oedipial complex if your mom is weird. Okay.
It has fold-out cuffs with thumb holes to hold rails at poles and to a collar shield to protect your mouth.
That is, I have to have one. Okay.
And to go with that, you can have since your hands are still exposed, you can carry the Metro Mitt, which is basically a plastic bag that says Metro Mitt on it, and you can hold the rail with the bag, and they're disposable.
So then now how do you take the bag off when you have 2 mitts? It's like basically plastic bag.
Now this is like Ebola training. You need to know how to take the mitts off.
What do they call that? Like the declothing or whatever they call it?
Decloaking
device. Although the Metro Mitt, it's got a sign on it. It's a plastic bag that says Metro Mitt. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be great if it said John and Lauren? Gas and
good
Cone,
advertising.
Metro
And
Mitt.
they could have them right as you get on the train. You could just pull them out of like a little, like they have the ones for dogs some places where people need a plastic bag to pick up after their dogs. You could have it right on the train.
Just ruined the whole ad
and pull
campaign.
it out.
Because now people will use that John and Lauren mitt to pick up dog poop. What? Yes. They kind of ruined the whole ad campaign there, Lauren.
All right. I guess we're not going into business together.
But maybe we could go for the dog market. There's so many more things.
The Cyclene. I like this. This is a handle. It actually won a design award. And it prevents the transfer of germs on buses and trains thanks to its internal cleaning function. It's a handle strap that hangs onto the bar, and you just hold on to that particular strap.
And then what?
The rollers clean and disinfect the strap as it's fed through. So it's kind of like when you go to I'm going to give another analogy, when you go to the airport and you go into the airport bathrooms and they have the plastic that revolves around on the toilet seat.
The famous Bella Bagno toilet seats.
So this is kind of like the revolving handle.
The one thing you forgot to mention, though, on the revolving toilet seats, our next guest later on, Dan Michalopoulos, did a whole story on how you pour orange juice on it and it keeps coming around and around. So in other words, the bacteria doesn't help. It doesn't get cleaned off. So I don't like your idea of these handles. They look cute, but
it wasn't my idea.
Let's move on. Get some more things. How about antibacterial gloves, Lauren Cohn?
Yeah, those are a no-brainer, though.
For only $12?
They go with the jacket. Can I give you my favorite one?
Yeah.
Instead of holding on to the poles or the railings when you're on the train, you bring a plunger with you, and you just use the suction of the plunger to hold on. Literally, picture this.
Okay.
You're carrying a plunger. You hold it up to the top of the car, and the suction holds on to the roof of the car, and it's you and your plunger. You never touch anything else.
People are calling in. We want to hear 591-8900 about those fake vacation breasts that you might want to have, but also this plunger idea. So I like it, Lauren, but what if you're using, so you bring your plunger from your house?
Now, you better get your own one for transportation and keep the one by the toilets.
And this one is what? Does it have a sign that says clean plunger did not ever enter toilet bowl?
Well, the good news
willingly?
is if you get on the train with a plunger and you put it up at the ceiling, I don't think anybody's going to stand next to you. So you're going to have space.
You might not have the lean. You know how those like creepy guys lean up against good-looking women? But if you have the plunger, wow, they might...
It's like a weapon. It's a weapon of bacterial destruction. 312-591-8900. Your call's next. All right, pick the Metromitter or the plunger, whatever you like, but we've got the 9 helpful germ-fighting products. We're going to put them up on WLSAM.com, and if you've got some, we want to hear from you. Hey, Chuck, good morning. You are on 89 WLS with John and Lauren.
Hey, Chuck, do you bring a plunger on the train? You got 3 seconds to answer. Chuck? Okay, bye.
So much for Chuck. What about
know.
Ruth? Does Ruth have a plunger or a mitt? Hey.
Hey, Ruth.
Hey, how are you guys?
Ruth, what do you think? You carry a plunger with you and stick it up on the ceiling of the train when you're...
Oh, John, let me tell you what I carry. I have a compromised immune system. My white counts low because I have rheumatoid. So I am very careful about germs. And I have a box of lightweight latex gloves that they use in the doctor's office. You can carry 4 of them in your pocket. It's just like carrying Kleenex. So you get on, before you get on the train, you put a pair on and you take them off and throw them away when you get off.
Great idea.
That is just outstanding. Yeah, but what about the plunger?
I don't know anything about the plunger, and I don't ride the train anyway.
I hate riding the train, too.
The
Thanks,
gloves
Ruth.
are a lot less cumbersome to carry and lighter. Thanks, Ruth.
Here's the question,
Okay.
though. Thanks, Ruth. If you're on a train and you're going to work and it's cold and you're looking outside, you're like, man, wouldn't it be nice if I could go to like some beautiful beach resort where girls just got fake temporary vacation breasts?
Or boys.
You know, this is the Lauren Cohn way to kill every...
It's part of the story.
What?
Because it's not just for women, it's for men, too, according to the doctor who's doing it.
I'm looking at this headline. It says in USA Today, temporary vacation breasts may be here by 2016, right around the time Hillary Clinton or Elizabeth Warren become president. And I just think that it's important to focus on the most important thing.
You focus on the 2 here, and plastic surgeon Norman Rowe is going to invent the InstaBreast, which is a lunchtime lift offering instant breast enlargement that lasts 24 hours. Yeah, that sounds safe. 24 hours, you get pumped with saline solution. I have no idea how this works. He says you get bigger, and you can have it for 24 hours. So, what, a vacation for 24 hours?
No, like say you go.
What do you check your? Do you then check your breasts at the concierge?
You're going to a. I mean, I don't.
Saline solution's got to go somewhere when you're done, right?
Well, that's
Sounds
right.
messy.
It's salty and it's also watery. And therefore, it's like our bodies, so it's very probably safe. I don't know.
Yeah, but so your breasts are pumped up for the first day of the vacation, and on the second day, the guy finds out, hey, she's really not as big as I thought she was.
Well, say you go to you're going to dinner at your Sandals, one of those resorts, all inclusive, where all the girls are hot and they giggle and they're from an office. And you're a bunch of guys, Ryan, before you were married, you know what I mean? You and your friends, Ryan, and you go and you see some girls and you're at dinner. And the next day, you're like, hey, man, do you want to hang out on a deserted island, beach or whatever?
Want to go appear on a reality show with me?
Yeah, right. Naked and pumped with saline. It's a good show. I just think it would be, it's kind of a nice idea, don't you think?
No. I think it sounds uncomfortable, it sounds messy, and maybe not too safe. But the good news is that since you like it so much, it says they're also working on it for benefiting men's pecs and calves.
You know what?
So you can have bigger
pecs.
Pecs are important.
Aren't the most important part of the man.
I will agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
And so basically,
the size of the pecs don't matter.
The size of the pecs are not of the importance.
Mm-hmm. But is that what's important on a woman then? Are you saying?
I'm not saying it's important. I think women are all, I've told you before, women are nuts about this stuff. I think women don't understand what makes them most attractive. What do you think makes a woman most attractive?
Oh, it's her personality, John.
Well, like yours right now. It's so nice. No, listen, the eyes, okay? Listen, it is the eyes.
So your favorite song is like Brown Eyed Girl. Does Betty have brown eyes, by the way? Is she Brown Eyed Girl?
Yeah. Brown-eyed girl.
What if the eyes are bad, or the eyes are great, but the teeth are bad, John?
What if the teeth have like a big chunk of spinach in it, okay?
Oh, boy.
What is the point, you guys? It's a butterface. What is a butterface?
Fergie's.
Difference at this point does it make?
It makes
Fergie's
a lot.
often called butterface.
All right, can
But
we
she's
just
got a
get
nice
back?
body.
Can we get to the main point of this? If you're a woman and you're insecure, you go get some saline, pump it up, and you feel better. Then you'll feel more exotic. Mm-hmm. That doesn't help a guy at all.
Well, you can still do it
What is a
and
guy
get
going
it,
to
and
do?
it can be
Pump up
permanent.
his calves? Would a man pump up his calves?
Hey, they're pumping up all kinds of things these
Someday,
days, John.
when we're not on the air, but given the fact that Jane Byrne died, there was a funeral, I would just like to remind you that there was a surgical procedure done by two prominent political figures. Yes, two political figures, and they did a prominent procedure at the expense of the taxpayers years ago during Jane Byrne's time. They were both old men. That's all I'm saying.
Well, in this
It
case,
had nothing to do with saline.
I
Everything
think-
to do with air.
I think this guy, though, is onto something in terms of making a lot of money, because you might not be great over vacation, but if you're going to do it for like an event and you just want your breasts to be bigger that night. But I got news for him. There are inserts you can put in a bra to make your boobs look bigger for the night.
But then what about the beach? Do you have bra, like insert beach wear?
There's padded bras, padded swimwear. Where have you been?
I'm married.
So what? There are plenty of married people who have padded everything. Has nothing to do with being married or single, John. It's fashion.
Fashion is not, but I think I like natural, okay? That's why I tell women. The idea is it's in your eyes. If you're sexy, it's in your head. And that exudes sexiness throughout the world. Not some saline in your breast or in your calves for men.